What's up, everybody? It's Tim here. So, new spot, new home, still old knee, new setup way back there. So let's celebrate the new with some new vinyl. And I don't mean like, stuff I found in the dollar bin for 50 cents. Math doesn't work on that one. You do it. You're just talking about new. Brand new. Like I am the first and will be only owner until I am no longer part of this planet. But more than that, a lot of these have VC connection. What do I mean by that? Well, let's find out. So I have them here. Ron Haggerty. You. Told you I ordered some overkill. I just, you know what? I didn't have any, and I was on a website, and they had it at a great price, and it was one of those. Hey, if you get your order back to $25, if you get your order $25, you can get a good deal and get free shipping. And I was like, click. So, I haven't actually spun this one yet. I believe this is the first time this one's been on vinyl, and this is Horoscope. Brain farted. He actually talked about this one a little bit ago, and you can see it. It's kind of hard. It's a little grainy, and what we're finding is that a lot of the first time on vinyls, that just hurt my soul. I'm sorry. First time on vinyl releases are sometimes taking the CD art and blowing it up. Bad form. Steve, Value Vinyl. How did you inspire me? Well, you always say that, you never see enough hip-hop in the VC. You never see enough hip-hop. You used to listen to 80s hip-hop. You loved it. How is that for 80s hip-hop? This is Ultramagnetic MC's fantastic debut, Critical Beatdown, with the one and only Kool Keith. Kool Keith went on to work with Danny Automator and DJ Qbert and Dr. Octagon. Just a fantastic MC. Rhymes a little bit left to center. Like he's got some very unique comparisons and analogies and things like that, but I love his style. Everybody will know one of the songs on here because it was sampled in the Prodigy hit Smack My Bitch Up. It came from here. The line Smack My. Now they've altered it to slow it down a little bit or for what they needed, but yeah, that line came from here. But just fantastic drum breaks, deep samples on this one, and just overall around funky. They also did not say Smack My Bitch Up in that regard. I mean, they said it, but it was taken out of context. Anyway. So, Steve, hardcore hip hop. I've already spun that one. It sounded fantastic. Lisa, L.E. I love it when you come around. You are always the sunshine of a dreary day that I'm always having. Your comments always make me perk up. You showed this a while ago, and when you did, I was very intrigued by it. I think you were even playing some of it in the background, and I was taken aback by the sound. And I remember what you said. It's like, if you're gonna get it, probably gonna get the CD because the CD had more. Well, I didn't listen. I went to the vinyl, and that Circles Around the Sun. So, Circles Around the Sun. Actually, first off, this is a pressing limited to 5,000, and it sounds fantastic. I literally fell in love with this album. This is very atmospheric rock. Great use of space, great use of just distant sounds. Just takes you to a place that you can just let everything wash away. Features, and the name is probably his head's falling out of my head. I'm not gonna see it there because the gatefold doesn't have a jack and shit. And Jack Smith left. That's the gatefold. So it actually features Neil Casal. Jeez, I don't know why his name fell out of my head. Neil Casal and Adam McDougall, who both worked with Chris Robinson Brotherhood. It's a dive sticker. So, nice little insert right up on the band as well. So, really well pressed. And it's not like this is thick cardboard. I don't know if you can see that. That's like the old school thickness cardboard. This album is fantastic. All instrumental. Like I said, very atmospheric. And it's called Interlude for the Dead. And I've only spun it, to be honest with you, I only spun it once, which was yesterday, because I got it in. When I ordered it, I knew it was going to be in the middle of the move, so I had it shipped to work, and it actually came in while I was off moving, so I didn't even get to play it until I got my equipment set up, which was yesterday. And it's one of the first ones I played because I was really excited for it. So Chad over at Horrorbiz, we got to talking specifically around the reissue of Uncle Science Fiction. He knows I'm a DJ Shadow fan, and Chad listens to probably every record known to man and has 2 copies of each. I'm kidding, it's not that bad. He only has 1 copy. But he's very knowledgeable, and his interests are very vast and wide. And why is the Focus doing that? There you go. Sorry, I had to look at my face close up to fix it. I apologize. I didn't want to see that. So anyway, so Chad over at Horrorbiz, we got the messaging about the reissue of Uncle, and where you're gonna get it, of course, and this and everything else. And I was like, oh hey, heads up, in case you were looking, they just announced a reissue of this album complete. And I knew his interests were all over the map, and he was like, oh cool. And I was like, Amazon had it for, I think it was like $65, which I thought was a fair price. He messaged me a little bit later and he says, hey, this website has it for $50, and if you sign up, you get 10% off of an order, which brings it down to $45, and free shipping. So $45 flat, and I was in. Some of you may be familiar with the website. It's Ed's Awesome Sounds. I have already ordered a few things from them. Great service. He gets a lot of music on vinyl. He gets a lot of UK and European press stuff, like the reissues that you can't get here. He gets a lot of cool stuff, so go check him out, please. And I was able to score this on a deal. And this is Jerry Cantrell's Degradation Trip, volumes 1 and 2. Now, what does that mean to the person who doesn't know what the hell this is? So if you're familiar with Jerry Cantrell, you're familiar with, he was the principal songwriter, guitarist, and backing vocalist for Alice in Chains. Well, we don't need to talk about what happened with Alice in Chains, because Lane Staley is no longer with us. And we kind of saw that demise happen over time, and even though he performed incredibly well at the Unplugged sessions, he didn't look too good. And if I remember correctly, it wasn't too much longer that we lost him. So with that, these guys who are very prolific and want to just kind of put their emotions in the music, he was in a dark spot, and he went in and started writing Degradation Trip. So this is the complete vision of Jerry Cantrell. It's a 4 LP set. It has, I think it's in the neighborhood of like 22 songs, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, yeah, something like that, like 22, 23 songs. And finally got the proper reissue. So when the record company put it out, they said it's too much. There's too much going on. We're only going to do, I think they did 12. And he he wasn't happy about it, but he wanted to get it out, and so he kind of went through and picked, what he wanted. But the promise was to go back and eventually give it the full proper treatment. Boy, did they. This sounds absolutely amazing. And it's actually on, it's a pain to take it out. Actually, I had to leave it in a shrink because I wasn't sure if I was going to get it in the bag. Like the fact that they're poly-lined. They're also on this really unique, like brown tan splattered vinyl. They sound so good. The mix on this is very well done. So, if you are a fan of Alice in Chains, you are a fan of Jerry Cantrell, you need to add this to your collection. Chad, thank you for tipping me off on that one. I'll fight with that one in here in a minute. To all my metal friends, like hardcore metal, thank you for getting me off my ass. I really need to get more. Again, from Ed's Awesome Sounds, I had to go with this one. I saw this one there for $20. Testament Low. Is it their best? No. Is it damn good? Uh-huh. So this one's limited to 1,500 copies. This one I have not had a chance to spin yet, and I believe, if I remember correctly, it's on. Is it yellow? I'm gonna be that guy. Oh, sorry. I know some people prefer these sleeves, and it's what it came in, and I didn't want to try to pull the pipe sticker off of it yet. Oh, it's orange. Like it has a little bit of a splatter to it. I did pop this on just for the sound, but I didn't get a chance to really dig deep into it. But sounded great. So, Testament Low. And then lastly, a lot of you are familiar with Vinyl Richie. Hell of a guy. Pulls no punches. He's going to tell you exactly how it is. And I love that. He's raw. He's socially unacceptable in some circles, which is perfectly fine by me, because the more socially unacceptable you probably are, I'm probably going to be friends with you. Be perfectly honest. He's a down-to-earth, call it like it is, no bullshit kind of guy who shows a lot of awesome stuff. He does. He really knows his stuff. He was around the punk scene in LA. So he's got a lot of stories with that, and he's really heavily into psych music as well. So when he says something's good, chances are you want to go give it a listen. So he showed one, and I was intrigued by it, and I just instantly went online trying to find it. I wouldn't say it was horribly priced, but shipping was going to kill it because it was coming from the UK. Because it was a reissue. And I ended up finding it in the States. Hell of a deal. Free shipping. Click, 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 click. Give me the damn record. And it's what we've been listening to tonight. The End, Introspection. Or The End, Retrospection. So it's actually 2 LPs in one. So The End were a band that was formed after I want to say the breakup of the Innocents, I believe. Haven't fully studied a lot of notes yet, so I do apologize. But as you can see, Bill Wyman produced this record. So they got hooked up pretty swiftly out of the gate. They only had the one album, Introspection. What they did for the reissue was they made it a double, and they gave you some of the outtakes which most of them weren't available until now, from the recording of introspection, retrospection. What I like about this, excuse me, you know, you can flip it over and see the covers, but also the gatefold is a replica of the introspection back. And then if retrospection was ever a real, like not just for the set, they created a back for that as well. So very cool stuff. This was available record store day in Black Friday 2018 in the UK on a really cool clear vinyl. I'd show you the other one, but it's fine. This was phenomenal stuff. I absolutely fell in love with this record from the word go. No hesitation, and I'm so glad I bought this. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Usually something like this, you know, you listen to the B sides of the outtakes or whatever, and you're like, okay, they're just as good. They really are. They do a cover of Black is Back, or Black is Black, excuse me. They just, I can play records. You're just like, check them out, trust me. If nothing else, I mean, you don't take my word for it. Vinyl Richie gives it its seals of approval. That's the best. That's the best you can ever get right there. So that's like him just saying, you know, go buy the damn thing and making you do it. Whew. Really trying to keep these shorter, guys. I know. I just need to shut up and show the damn records. And that being said, it feels good to kind of get back into the swing of things. So, I'm working right now on my 300 subs contest. It is pretty much where I need it to be. I'm going to be doing a little editing for the announcement video. What? Not going to go bare bones? We'll see. I may just say the hell with it and put it up anyway. Between the last time I did a pickups video or anything else that wasn't a contest video, I moved, new settings. So that's still getting set up. So once that's done enough where I'm ready to, we'll do a room tour. I did a VC meetup with my buddy Brad again. We met up with Alex Spins Vinyl. Alex from the UK. Tremendous guy. Absolutely had a blast spending the day with him. I kind of torn him around, showing him some stuff around Orlando. He had a great video of his pickup, so go check him out, Alex Spins Vinyl, all one word, and give him some love. He's been in the VC way too long to not be up there, so go give him some love too. So I've got that stuff to show. I'm tired just thinking about everything I gotta do. Anyway, a lot of stuff going on. Record Store Day's coming up. Holy crap. Can a brother just get a minute to breathe? Doesn't work that way. Anyway, give me some feedback on these. What do you think? What do you think of this angle versus one of the other ones I did? I'm going to be playing with them, so, you know, give me some feedback on how things sound and how things look, because that'll ultimately determine where I'm going to film from. I'm trying to keep it interesting for everybody, so take care, everybody. Hopefully you have a great week. It's Sunday when I'm filming this, so maybe not be up till Monday or Tuesday. We'll see, but hopefully everybody's having a good one and taking care. If you're up north, man, stand outside with a flamethrower, would you? Get that snow out of there. That just looks icky. Ugh. Take care, everybody. Peace.